Hello YouTube, it is Gary from Cosmic Campervan. It's been a while since I made a video, but for now we have got the brand new Ford Transit Custom, the 2025 model. Now, as you all know, this is the same model that the VW Transporter is going to be built on as well. So for the foreseeable future, we're going to be seeing a lot of these vehicles, whether it be VW Transporters or the Ford Transit Custom. So pretty much you can expect, if you're wanting to get a brand new campervan, this is the kind of van that you'll be building upon. So it's been a while until we've been able to get the conversions set up for this, because suppliers for the pop-top roofs and the kitchens and some of the pieces and parts for these vans have taken a little bit of time to get them designed and perfected. So I'm proud to say that we can finally fully convert the new Ford Transit Custom and VW Transporter. So this particular van is the long wheelbase version. So this comes with the drive lodge roof, and they've designed this pretty quickly and they perfected it very, very quickly as well. It's actually come out to be a very, very good roof, quite simple to fit and fits very well with the standard of this van. So inside, I'm going to show you this full conversion that we've completed. So all the units have been designed completely custom for this new model vehicle. The vehicle is actually quite big now compared to the previous VW Transporters and Transit Customs. And obviously, with it being a long wheelbase, we've got a huge amount of room here. There is really a lot of room inside this van, which is good to see. I think from previous van conversions, such as the VW Transporter versus the Ford Transit Custom, the previous gen models, the Ford Transit Custom was actually a better conversion because it was wider, a bit more of a boxy space, and there was more room to work around with. With the VW Transporters, they were a little bit more compact. So it's good to see that actually that this is a really big, spacious van to work with. We've got the full length units with the long wheelbase. This long wheelbase actually gives you this full section here. So you're essentially gaining quite a lot of room inside the camper van, which is obviously essential when you're working with a smaller style vehicle model. Now I want to draw your attention to the electrics. So we've got our standard CBE system here with the two light switches which turn on the lights, and we've also got a under mounted strip light. This is on a dimmer, which allows you to obviously increase and decrease the light percentage. Now, the main difference that we've done on this particular conversion, which is the first one we've done as the customer requested it, we've done a Clayton LPS system. So this is an all-in-one power management, lithium battery, everything all together. Now this is fantastic because it means you've got an inverter, your 240 volt system, your 12 volt system, solar panel controller, leisure battery, all in one simple box. And I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like now. Now there's two ways to access this. We've got our two little doors here, and you can actually just see here, this is the full Clayton system. Now what you can see here is we have our 12 volt system and our 240 volt system. So we can power it on and off, and we've got our 240 volt socket point here as well. And the benefit of having this LPS system is that even when the 240 volt is not plugged in, it still has the inverter built in. So you're essentially getting all your possible electrical needs all in this one very tidy system. Now, the only con that I have to this system is the cost. It is a little bit more costly than having a standard CBE leisure battery electrical setup that we usually do in our conversion. But if you really want to go to that next level, you want to spend a little bit of money and you want to stand the test of time, the Clayton system is a fantastic upgrade for all camper vans. We can also access it from the top of the rib bed as well. So up here, we just elevate the bed, and now you can actually see the full size of the Clayton system underneath the rib bed. So it doesn't take up a huge amount of room underneath the rib bed, but it does allow you to gain all of that space that the electrics would use and take up inside the cabinets. So you're saving a lot of space with this system. Now, in terms of the rest of the conversion, what we've done is obviously our standard rib bed. We're very, very proud of the rib beds. They are a fantastic option. We don't actually offer any other rock and roll bed system in the conversions anymore because these are just so much more practical, so much more highly reviewed by our customers, that the rock and roll beds have just been completely discontinued. So absolutely fantastic rib bed that we fitted in here. We've got the standard elevating roof bed. We've got a fridge. The customer didn't actually want any cooking facilities in this van, so we've got a full length worktop, which in my opinion, again, I actually quite agree with him. Sometimes people don't need to have the cooking facilities, and I didn't personally need any cooking facilities in my camper van. So it's good to be able to keep this full length worktop for any preparation or anything like that, storage, being able to use, and it also removes the need for any gas inside your van. The customer doesn't have any intentions of doing any cooking in the van. So he still has his fridge, still has the electrics, but he's retaining a lot of the worktop space. And it also means you've got a lot more storage in these And it also means you've got a lot more storage in these drawers underneath here because your sink is not taking up any of that space. So you can see by a combination of not having the cooking facilities and having the Clayton system, we've got heaps of space and storage throughout the whole entire build. We've got all of this, which is now remains usable. We've got storage pockets in the back here, up here, flip up drawer. So the customer is never ever going to run out of usable storage space in this van. Moving on to the rest of the build, we fitted van shades. So they come up on the splashback here. We've got opening windows, and these simply pull down like this and give you complete privacy and blackout. The customer requested an overhead locker as well. So we've got 3 individual storage lockers across the top of the units, and all the units have soft close latches on them as well. So they'll just close automatically by themselves like that. In the top of the van, we've got the pop top. So in the top of the van, we've got the pop top, which obviously allows me to stand up fully with no need to be bending down, being uncomfortable. So you can imagine if you didn't have a pop top on a conversion, what you would be doing is essentially being like this the entire time. You'd be completely, backache would be a prominent problem for every user. So a lot of people ask me, what if I don't want to sleep up in the van? We don't actually want to sleep up, but that's fine. The main advantage of having a pop top is the head height, is being able to arrive at the campsite, unlatch the latches, within 10 seconds, you elevate the roof and you can move around and set up the van in complete ease. Very, very good. We've also got the stalk light up here on the roof for the customer with 2 different lighting settings and a USB charger. And then with the drive lodge roofs, you actually get 2 lights up in the roof as well. I don't know if we can see that with the camera. We get 2 lights up in the roof as well. We've got 3 windows on this roof as well. So 2 side windows which are mesh to stop any flies getting into the van, and then a full plastic window if you just want to let some light into the van, but you don't want to let any air or rain in the van. So let's go to the back of the van and show you how much space that you actually get with the rib bed as well. And of course, this is on the new Transit Custom, so it'll be interesting to see how much usable space you've got at the back here. So as you can see, what I've done here is I've set up the rib bed to be a parcel shelf, okay? So with the rib bed, you can either leave it in this position or you can actually elevate it all the way to the top. So this gives you that parcel shelf. So if you want to have some plastic boxes for storage underneath here, if you do want to sit on here, you can use it as a bit of a bench. So you can see it does hold your weight. There's lots of room. It's very, very good. And then if we just want to elevate it and use it for the full boot space, we just press the lever and we lock it into place here. So as you can see here, what you gain is a huge amount of boot space with the rib bed, and we have another rear access panel at the back as well. So if you want to just quickly grab something out from underneath the rib bed, you can do. At the back of the units, we've got even more storage at the bottom and at the top here as well. Now, this particular customer has requested to not have any windows on the back doors. So what we've done is we've carpeted all the interior door panels for him, so it looks nice and neat. And we're actually offering this as standard on all of our carpeting packages now, where we will carpet the full entire door frame. Okay, so whether you have windows or not, this is the kind of finish that you will get. At the top of the roof, we've got a solar panel. So we've got the 200-watt solar panel, which is very nice and sleek. It sits there at all times and will work in the background to keep your leisure battery completely topped up. So it's a very, very good option, and we offer it as standard on all the conversions as well now. So what are my thoughts after converting the first Ford Transit Custom, the new 25 plate model? I think it's a fantastic van. I think it's going to be well received into the market. I think they've made a lot of improvements. The interior looks very much more modern than the previous van. So it is kind of like driving a car rather than a commercial van. So I do think it makes a lot of sense to upgrade to this kind of vehicle. I think personally, would I choose between a Ford Transit Custom or a Volkswagen Transporter? I think the pricing for me doesn't really make sense to buy a VW Transporter. The Ford is a very good vehicle. It's essentially built on the same platform. So I don't see any advantages to actually buying a VW Transporter over the Ford Transit Custom unless you are just a VW fanatic. So personally, I would go for the Ford Transit Custom. If I was going for it, I would go for a long wheelbase. Of course, we can still convert the short wheelbases, but this is the first one we've had available, which is a long wheelbase. Now, overall, I think it's a very, very good vehicle. I'm very happy that we've been able to get this converted for the customer. I'm sure he's going to be very, very happy. And yeah, looking forward to converting many more of these in the future. So if you are interested in having a van like this converted or anything else, we can do VW Transporters, Renault Trafics, Volkswagen Vauxhall Vivaros, and obviously these new models as well. We have very competitive prices, and we are now here at our brand new unit in Derby City Centre. So if you're looking for a reputable company with over 450 5-star reviews for our work, we are the top rated company in the entire UK for our conversions. Thank you very much for watching. See you on the next video.